face rolling. I'm doing the Joe face.
But Joe's not here, cuh.
Joe's never here.
He's busy, cuh.
He's working. He's got a life, and we don't.
Yeah.
So with that said, welcome to another Nerd Underground podcast, number 12. 1, 2, yeah. To our view, it looked like you put 21.
Oh, God, I'm dumb.
No. So yes, welcome to Nerd Underground podcast, where we talk about everything trending in the nerd world.
Mm-hmm.
Which is still another tough week, because it's a weird, everybody sitting twiddling their thumbs kind of shit. You know, there's a few things that are going on, you know. We couldn't pick something big enough to launch off, so I'll just list off some of the stuff that we came across. While everybody's talking, Rampage apparently is like the most, or not the most accurate, it's probably the best video game movie out there, and we've already talked about video game movies.
Yeah.
One day you're going to bring, scarves out of sleeve and shit, or handkerchiefs, and just, for those who are listening to the audio version, Jonathan's just making love to the camera, alright?
Totally,
That's
yeah.
Well, since Moose ain't here, you know. Another person who's never around. It's slowly becoming David and JonKuh's podcast.
What's up, guy?
What up? So, yeah, Rampage looks cool. Oh, wait. I was supposed to look up the release date, wasn't I?
Yes, you were, anyways.
Rampage movie.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be coming out. Oh, it's already playing, yeah.
Oh, man. Look at that, man. We are so behind on
We're behind, man.
Yeah.
I still haven't gone and seen
Tomb Raider,
Pacific Rim Uprising, and now Rampage. I was just like, shit. What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm going to go watch 3 movies.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe you could time it just right. It was like, okay, between this movie and this movie, bathroom break.
Yes.
Between this one and this one, food break. Maybe. JonKuh, did you know that AMC is going to have a 31-hour marathon for the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Holy heck!
Right? No.
Man, first of all, are they going to go, in order?
Yeah, order of release.
Oh, order of release?
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit. Would you sit through that? You have to choose what movies you would fall asleep for.
because, if we're talking about, cable or whatever, it's going to be nonstop. I can't just hit pause. I would try, but I'd pass out, during, certain, Iron Man 3. I can skip that one, and...
Wait. You said cable. Do you think this is on TV?
I thought it was. I'm not going to lie.
No, this is in the theater.
Oh!
31-hour.
I thought you were talking about, AMC as in, the American movie channel where Walking Dead, Breaking Bad.
AMC, the theater brand.
Oh my God.
Let me pull this up for you, God.
Man. How much is tickets?
Yeah, I'm curious
I'm
about that
taking
too.
a pillow and a teddy bear and a blanket.
Marvel Marathon. Oh, you'd have a tent and shit.
I would be pitching.
Who's grilling? AMC. Yeah, no. The theater, not the channel.
Oh, gosh. No wonder you looked at me weird. I was like, yeah, because I know FX did the Simpsons marathon, and that lasted, days.
Fuck.
They did all 20 seasons.
That's ridiculous. Okay. Let's see. Man, I wish there was a 31-hour nonstop MCU marathon. Well, fuck. It's coming your way. That would be all 18 movies from the company, from Iron Man. And let's see, they started doing this during Age of Ultron 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been 3 years since Ultron.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Son of a bitch.
Wow.
Tickets aren't on sale yet for the marathon, but it looks like AMC isn't giving up much info yet.
Yeah.
Be that way.
Because, what we did was a double feature before, and we went and saw Independence Day, and then right after that, Independence Day 2, Insurgents. Mm-hmm. And,
which was great, because I grew up loving Independence Day, and it became my favorite film.
That's pretty cool.
And I never saw it in theaters, actually.
Welcome to Earth. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool movie. I enjoyed it.
The worst part is, though, it's a film we both seen, and we both love quoting. So we just Mystery Science 3000 that bitch joking about it.
Yeah,
It was fun. It was fun watching it with you.
Still enjoyable, though. Yeah. Totally.
And I'm glad it was the theatrical release and not the extended one, because I fucking hate that one. Yeah. Ugh, I can't watch that shit. Anyways, yeah, I mean, there's no price. It's just 18 movies back to back, 31-hour marathon. God. So you said Iron Man 3 would be one you sleep for?
I'd totally like snooze through that one. Like,
what's another one? Any others?
Yeah, I wasn't always too crazy for the first Thor movie. Like out of all the Thor movies, that was like my least favorite one. Wow. Yeah, I know, right? Darkseid was cooler, but I mean, it's whatever.
Dark World.
Darkseid's a Batman villain. Or yeah, Star Wars as well. Darkseid.
Yeah. And so many ways you could go with it.
Yeah, totally. The first Avengers movie. No, that one was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I definitely would watch that.
That one's one I don't care. I'd Red Bull that one just.
I have a confession.
Oh boy.
I watched most of the MCU releases, either day one or within the first week, and I've seen them in theater. Yeah. Actually, I've seen every single MCU film and theater except for one.
Which was?
Avengers.
Really?
Really. I'm ashamed. I am admitting it on podcast, on video, and audio. Yeah, I never went to theaters to see it. Oh. Not of lack of wanting to. Here's what happened. I was working really hard all the time at Hastings. So that's one thing. Mm-hmm. Two, I was moving. I moved out of the apartments from Moose and Stewart to my cousin's house just to get away. I still love Moose, but back then he was a shithead. And three, I never had free money because of all the move and a bunch of other stuff. Mm-hmm. So I did the terrible thing and went online and found a cam. Wow. Yeah. And then I watched it with like 3 little boys too. Yep. My cousins that I was moving in with and all that, they were like, "Oh, Avengers, yay!" Yay! So that's my dark secret. Actually, I never knew about the Thanos end credits until it came out, and I bought it on Blu-ray, and I watched it, and I just let it play through. Yeah. I thought, oh, okay, everything is good to go, and then the top billing was done, and then boom, mid credits, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh.
Whoever you got the recording from decided not to hold up the camera long enough.
No, they stopped. Yeah, they were done.
Like, oh, we're done. Let's get out of here.
That's back when people were still not used to staying during the credits. Yeah. Now, true fans, they're like, I ain't leaving.
Actually, I've noticed that. Like, I'm not even at a Marvel movie, and I'm just watching something else, and they're just still sitting there, just like, hey, this is the thing, right?
There's a lot of people who would just sit around talking.
No, I'm talking about like half the theater is just still sitting there, and they're like, is something gonna be out afterwards? I'm like,
what was the last movie?
I'm trying to remember which one it was. It probably like Jumanji 2. I saw that one in theaters. Oh, man. That was a handful of people. Even like I went with my family in there, and they're just like, do we wait? I'm like. No. Why? They're
like same Marvel, the same DC.
Yeah, and they're just like, well, I thought movies. No,
just Marvel. I mean, DC's starting to do it like them. So, I guess the topic of most of this podcast is going to be the Avengers, Infinity War. Ooh. And there's many topics we can talk about. So this is probably our big badass Avengers podcast before Avengers Infinity War.
Hang on.
Wait.
Hang on.
What?
I like the Avengers, but they're not my favorite squad. I like the...
I want to guess. I want to guess. Teen Titans.
No. Damn it. You're close, though.
Oh, damn? Yeah. Young Justice?
No, my favorite squad is actually the Revengers.
How was I close?
Because they're comic book heroes.
No.
Yeah,
that's
they're like, pretty close, man.
No.
Yeah, because like...
No, that was misleading.
No, it's
that was misleading.
You got like Beast Boy, who like turns into a green animal, and you have like, the Hulk turns into a green...
Beast.
Yeah. Creature, yeah, like a monster almost. They both
Revengers, okay, accepted.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok sitting right there.
I know, right?
What's the name of your team? The Avengers. I love that look that Bruce just gives him. He's like, huh?
Like, right.
Strongest Avenger.
Oh my god. Man, that movie was great.
It's fantastic, and I hate the bullshit that some people are like, well, that's not the Thor character I know. It's a totally different universe. Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
When they bitch about origin stories and all that. So let's kind of dive into it a little bit. I'll start with Iron Man 2008.
2008.
Holy shit. OG. They even say it in some featurette BTS stuff is like Robert Downey Jr. has come a long way in this last 10 years, man. It's just phenomenal. He's the Godfather.
Yeah.
They've been calling him the Godfather since like 2015 because I remember Age of Ultron stuff and they were talking about him like that.
Yeah. No, that was Mark Ruffalo was saying that. I was like, yeah, man, 2018. That was back whenever like Tony Stark's technology was like flip phones and stuff.
Okay.
Like if we were to go back and watch that, we'd be like, oh, I can't believe I wanted that.
Oh,
like the screen that like slides sideways.
That I remember that.
Oh, I looked at my phone. I was like, why can't you do that?
That was the slow transition because I remember it went from brick like fucking phones and like the Nokia that is indestructible.
Yeah.
I remember that was my first phone I ever texted on. And then I was the lame person. The segregation was already happening then because I didn't have T9.
Oh.
Or predictive text on that fucking thing. No. But my next phone I did. And then I had a flip phone. I was with Virgin Mobile mainly after that point for a long, long while until some fucking reason I decided to get iPhone with Verizon.
That makes sense. Everyone else has those.
I don't do iPhone or Apple anymore, man. I left that shit. Well, I'll get up to that. So the flip phone, remember the Motorola Razr was like the hottest shit?
Everyone that had one of those was so cool, and not me. Mine was like the messenger phone that like slid sideways.
Yeah, the actual QWERTY keyboard is what I was aiming for because that I liked a lot more. And I had 3 different ones of those over the course of time.
I only had one.
I had the slider. I had the one that flips open like a laptop.
Oh.
And I had the one that it slides out 2 different ways.
Yeah.
It goes downwards for just normal digits.
Yeah.
But if you want texting, you back up and then to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I had that. I don't even remember the name of those models, dude. Actually, the one that flipped open was called the Wild Card. I remember that. Wild Card. And then my buddy Rafa had the little Juke. He couldn't text for shit.
That was a little square thing,
that little tiny thing that flipped around?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Phones were retarded back then. Now they're all, like, basically the same, you know. Here you go. Big screen.
Yeah. I don't got
touch screen.
Mine somewhere, but yeah.
If you don't have a touchscreen nowadays, people look at you weird.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Grandpa.
No, well, I mean, it's funny because I've seen some guys, you know, that they'll have, like, the old flip phone and they're, like, texting, like, T9 style. And I'm like, hey, you like a drug dealer or something? They're like, oh, no, I cracked my old phone. Like, oh, that makes more sense, I guess, because...
Wow.
Because I'm over here like, that's your burner phone, right?
Are you going to snap it and run away? I'm never going to see you again?
Throw it in the trash, or one half in the trash, the other half in, like, the lake. Just... No, they're just like, no, I cracked my phone and this is the only thing. My contract doesn't end until 2 years. I'm like, oh.
I don't do that contract stuff anymore. That's why that Verizon shit. It was iPhone 4 I had, and I didn't have the OtterBox or any protective case on it for almost exactly 2 years. The contract 2 years. It was pristine. It was fine. And it was like 1 week to the end of the contract. I'm at the dinner table meeting, and I get a message. I was like, oh, let me check it. Pull it out, and I hit the edge of the damn table, falls down, and it's fallen before, and people are always like, dude, isn't that the scariest moment of your life? And I've dropped it a handful of times, and I'd be like, whew, I am a lucky son of a bitch. So I picked it up expecting nothing.
Yeah.
And it was shattered. On the front screen.
Oh.
Not the back glass like everybody bitched about all the time, and it's like, it hurts my hand. Yeah, that was some bullshit.
Hurts my face.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh.
Back to Iron Man. I'm glad though it didn't take long for him to upgrade to Iron Man 2 when he was flipping shit around with that clear. He had that for a while actually because in Avengers he was holding it up when he was talking to Coulson.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's glad it's evolving. His suits have gone from he needed an entire apparatus to get him in and out of the suit. To now, he's like activating it from a wristwatch or something like that. Because in one of the TV spots for Infinity War, he's got that nanotech, just like Black Panther. It looks like it's like going all over him now. His new suit, which looks dope.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm glad he kind of goes back to the triangle.
Yeah,
because I missed that.
It was pretty cool.
When he went back to circular for Avengers, I was like, no.
It was like, yeah, it's give us some more shapes,
Shapes are cool.
A dodecagon or something, like.
No, I don't.
That's a 12-sided figure, homie.
That's legit. Eventually, he goes 3D, and he's just like it's like a D20 in there. Nat 20, bitch.
Nat 1. Fuck. Beep. Blows up inside.
Why did I make this suit again?
He's bored over here just playing with like a 3D like Rubik's Cube. Just waiting for the action over here. Just like, oh, I got two sides. Okay, fine.
That don't mean shit. Shut up. Oh, man. So Tony has come a long way.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad to see that. The other character who's been in it as long as him, I mean, technically is Thor.
Yeah, well, that'd be the next big one, yeah.
Character-wise, actually, is Hulk. But let's talk a little bit about this. I am glad that Edward Norton is gone. And I know a lot of people would bitch about it, but if the George Lucas thing ever happened where they went back to that film and redid it and put Mark Ruffalo in there,
you'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with
You'd
that.
be fine with that.
I'd be totally okay with that because Edward Norton, I like him as an actor. Like Fight Club is in my top 20,
it's up there.
I guess you could say.
Is.
And I absolutely loved him in Birdman. Have you seen Birdman?
No, I have not.
Check that shit out, dude. It won Best Picture for a reason.
Yeah.
He's a douche. And he's a great douche. But no, Mark Ruffalo, he gives off a better Bruce Banner to me because it's a better, more believable scientist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Edward Norton is just like refugee looking to me. It's just, and not just by look, but how they presented themselves as Bruce Banner. So that's my 2 cents about it. What about you, Co?
No, actually, like with the movies, like lately or in story, he doesn't want to be the Hulk. He's trying to stay away from being Hulk.
Well, that's a
for the
character.
For most of it. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, he wants to stay as Bruce Banner, and we're just judging not Hulk. Because everyone's like, oh man, Hulk had the best fight with, Abominable and...
That's Joe.
And like, I was like, no, I'm not gonna lie, it was a cool fight. I liked the whole, like,
it was an fight.
Boxing gloves for cars. I thought it was cool, but I mean, like, no.
And he finally said Hulk smash.
Yeah, and he said Hulk smash. But no, if we're talking about just Bruce Banner, then totally, this Mark Ruffalo is just, I like him. He's my guy.
I'll give it, The Incredible Hulk is a more comic booky Hulk presentation. He's doing the thunderclap to knock out the flames and shit like that.
Yeah.
And boxing gloves, and he actually says Hulk smash, and he has those moments, but it's just
the dude threw a tank. Like he had like a turret and just like
yeah, but
awesome.
But even then, I can list a moment I like more than that involves a tank from the Eric Bana Hulk. I liked it. He took a tank and hit another tank.
That was also awesome.
I think that's cooler. And his jumping was ridiculous, but I'm like, dude.
That's OG Hulk right there. Just miles.
They've kept that because, like in Avengers, he's always leaping around.
Yeah.
And all that. He gets some good distance in Ragnarok. He goes from fucking Rainbow Bridge all the way up to the top of that dude.
Yeah.
To fight him, and you're like, are you serious? Just flying by.
Nah.
I wonder what his distance is he can do. Like, the greatest distance. Anyways, I like Mark Ruffalo way more. And that's not because he's the current Bruce Banner.
Nah, he just gives up that weird scientist-y vibe. Yeah. Like, the little nerdy, like, little twitches and stuff. Nah.
Well, he also plays the conflict way better, in my opinion. Because Edward Norton, I feel like he just took that note and wrote it the whole time.
Yeah.
Whereas, with Mark Ruffalo, he's given us a lighter side. Granted, the story did call for it. Like in Ultron, they're all having a party and all that. But, and then, of course, that's when Marvel in their cinematic universe kind of found that groove. Because the first phase, up to Avengers, every single installment feels different.
Yeah.
They all feel like separate films. Now you could say cinematically, color scheme even, except for Ragnarok, there's a lot of colors.
But man.
Just the tone of everything and the humor,
you
would be like, that's a Marvel movie.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, colors and all that, it made it feel like otherworldly, which, hey, it was.
Well, it's supposed to. Yeah. If we see Xandar in Infinity War, which I hope we do, because that's the first stone he has in the gauntlet, is the Power Stone that they left at Nova Corps. I hope we see Xandar, and I would not be upset if it looks a little bit different than it did from Guardians of the Galaxy, because the Russo brothers might actually take the note of, this is another world, let's make it less Earth-like. Mm-hmm. Because if you think about that scene again when they first meet in Guardians of the Galaxy, part of you can kind of believe that might be like Dubai. A shopping mall in Dubai. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With that, new age architecture and shit like that. Ragnarok did it right where you actually felt unworldly in not only the structure, but the colors and the creatures. It was a better composed image. Whenever you saw it in the background, there was enough that you're like, okay, yeah. Speaking of other worlds, it looks like a good portion of the fight in Infinity War is on Titan. That's what the talks are, because they have that very brown, lonely, desolate kind of place. With the structures in the background.
And spiral things. Whatever.
Yeah, and then the starfish looking shit and all that.
Oh, okay. And that's probably why you guessed Teen Titans is one of my favorite squads, right?
No.
Because Teen Titan, God, it makes perfect sense.
No, it's not.
What about, like, really old aging Titan? Young whippersnapper Titan.
Mad Titan. So I revealed my secret about Thanos and all that. Now I'm a hardcore fan. I self-proclaim myself as an MCU philosopher.
Okay.
Yeah. I school people on Marvel movie stuff all the time.
Wow.
All the time. Yeah. And, okay, so back to we're all over the place with this shit.
Yeah, we are. We definitely are. I don't know. We got no structure. We're going for it.
We're winging it, and we're having fun. Mm-hmm. Let's see. We're coming up to the first Avengers. Some people at that moment said, boom, DCU lost.
Yeah.
But I feel like the final nail in the coffin kind of thing wasn't actually something Marvel did.
Nope. It's what DC did.
It's what DC did.
Yes.
Rushing it. BVS.
Mm-hmm.
That, I think, was like the whole, like, ooh, are you sure you want to call it, Rush to Dawn of Justice? Yeah, we're going to do this, yeah. Here's one thing that I love that the MCU really holds over the DCEU. I don't even like saying DCEU for starters.
Well, let's just say Detective Comics. Let's just say that.
Dude, that drives me crazy when people are like, I love DC Comics. I was like, oh my god, you like ATM machines too? Yeah! The last letter. No, never mind. But the greatest thing that MCU holds over the DCEU is they didn't have just one director trying to pilot it the whole time and a few directors on the side. It was just an assortment of different styles brought all together, and when they did get that Marvel movie groove and all that, everybody started understanding, okay, this is what to expect in a Marvel movie. They're not all going to feel differently anymore. They're all going to start, which helps it because it feels like the same universe.
Yeah.
Ones that totally lack this and it totally hurts them is like BVS and Suicide Squad. They came out in the same year.
Oh, yeah.
They feel like totally different places. Even Batman showing up, you're like, this doesn't feel right. No. And I've heard a lot of people say that. But come on, you got fantastic directors. Kenneth Branagh, Jon Favreau. The Russo brothers have really come into their own here. Mm-hmm. They used to do just television all the time, dude. It's like, damn. Like now, I'm like Russo brothers, Russo brothers after Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah, no.
It's like, oh damn, yeah, give them Infinity War, please. Because who would be the runner-up for Infinity War? Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
And I think this Marvel theme and their groove and all that really kind of stems from him in Avengers. They're like, that worked. It was great. Nobody else is doing this. Let's do this. Let's just double down on this shit. And they did. And I'm happy. I'm not happy, though, that they chased Joss Whedon away. The studio interfering with Ultron all the time. I like Age of Ultron a lot.
It was a really good movie.
I'm tired of all this shit. They're like, oh, that was a stupid Avengers movie. You're stupid.
Yeah.
The biggest complaints, and I kind of hinted on it earlier, was I'm tired of people complaining about comparison to the comics. What the two biggest universes in the Marvel comics are the 616, which is the main continuous universe that's going on.
Everybody knows about.
Yeah, they just don't know it's codenamed 616. And then there's the Ultimates universe, which is where you get like the Nick Fury that looks like Samuel L. Jackson. So then when they wanted Nick Fury in a movie, they just went and got Samuel L. Jackson. This is where you get like Kitty Pryde is like the most wanted criminal in the world. Reed Richards like blows up DC and becomes the president and shit like that. This is where they take characters and they get to go buck wild with them.
Pretty much.
But people love the Ultimates universe. Like Ultimate Universe Hulk does some insane shit. It's ridiculous. Like I want to read every one of them. But yeah, when it comes to movies, they just cannot make that separation in their mind. They think it's an adaptation. No. This is its own separate universe. So they get to fiddle with it as they want. If you can accept that in another universe, Reed Richards blows up DC, which I'm confident it was Reed Richards. I'm just Mr. Fantastic. I might be wrong. If I am, tell me in the comments below. But this is what I remember off of the top of my head.
Actually, it was in universe number 282.
Dude, I'm pulling this up, actually. I'm going to self-correct myself. Fuck the comments. But anyways, if they can accept that kind of dramatic change, you know what I mean? Dramatic. I'm making up words. Then why can't you accept that instead of Hank Pym inventing Ultron, Tony Stark does? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Hank Pym wasn't even introduced yet. No. Granted, he was. They put him in that he was in that universe for a while. Mm-hmm. You know, instead of him being the Ant-Man that we see on screen, it's Scott Lang, which is the second Ant-Man. Yeah. Which I like that too. You know, skipping it and Vision was technically still accurate, made by Ultron. Just he happened to have the Mind Stone. And all that.
Yeah, little changes that, make people like question and say, what? Hang on. Alright, let's see where this is going. That's what I actually really enjoy about these movies. And plus, I mean, it's a it's a movie. It's not the same thing. They can't go page by page because then people are gonna complain, oh, well, it's just the comic books, but like that's the script. They just handed everyone a comic book. No. Yeah. I think what was that the Fantastic Four? That's what someone was saying to me. They were just like, oh, it's just like the I think again it was the Ultimate Universe where they're like, yeah, that's word by word, page by page. The first 30 minutes was just like the comics. I was like, well, I didn't watch the movie, so I can't tell you. Yeah, but no, they were trying hard to deter me from watching the movie. I was like, I guess I'm not really sure. I'm not feeling it any other way. Yeah, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Did you? Watch the Fantastic Four movie?
I did.
Oh, you did?
But much, much, much later.
Oh, boy.
And I kind of, didn't step into it like, oh, I've been hearing shit. It's just shit. Mm-hmm. Me, I was just like, okay, let's see what this does. And then the fact that instead of him going up into space and getting, like, cosmic rays and shit like that, instead of it being, it's a dimensional hopping, made me like, if this turns out good, that technically could be a way into the MCU. Maybe.
But well, we all know how that happens.
Okay, I can't find it. I know DC gets blown up. Or maybe it was New York. Someplace gets blown up.
Yeah.
And then this is the Ultimate Universe, which, what were you joking about with the code number? You're like, actually, that was universe, blah, blah, blah.
I think I said like 282 or something.
So for a second, I thought I heard 6, and then when this popped up, I see 1610. I was like, was Jonathan close?
No.
What?
I'm good, but not that good.
Yeah, this
crazy.
is Superhuman War. It's just crazy.
Superhuman world.
But the Marvel Cinematic Universe is its code number, and I don't know why it is, but it's 1999999. Don't ask how I remember how many nines. It just kind of plays in my head as I smack the mic.
Yeah.
It's okay. People, just get over it. All right. This is a different. Just imagine it's like Marvel is releasing another Ultimate Universe.
Marvel Universe.
Just
no
X-Men and no Deadpool or Fantastic Four, and there happens to be Spider-Man, but we don't know about Venom.
Pizza everywhere.
What?
What? I'm just pitching my idea for a new universe.
Do you know there's a pizza dog?
A pizza dog? Like a hot dog pizza?
No, it's his dog. His name is Pizza.
Okay, hang on. Is this like a comic book hero?
Yeah, it's in Marvel.
Really?
Yeah, Hawkeye saves a dog and names him Pizza Dog.
Pizza Dog.
And one of the issues is entirely from the perspective of Pizza Dog.
Is it like a normal dog or is it like a...
Yeah, it's a normal dog.
Oh, okay. I'm cool with that. Pizza Dog.
This is a very street level issue of Hawkeye like protecting a apartment complex he lived in. Yeah.
Rescues a dog.
Rescues a dog from getting beat to death by some assholes and all that. And feeds the dog pizza.
Pizza Dog.
Pizza Dog. And it's all from the perspective of the dog. So his thoughts are even in there. And it's not like
woof, woof, bark.
I'm a good boy, aren't I? No, it's not like that, what you would think. It's actually imagery.
Imagery.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It would be like with Clint with like a sad face or shit like that. And it's actually really interesting. I had to look it up after I heard about it. I'm like, dude, that's pretty sweet. I'm going to have to read this one day.
I'm going to get, like, Cheeseburger Cat. Yeah.
Parker! Where you at?
Huh. That cat's nowhere to be found.
No, he's the world's worst intern.
Very much indeed.
World's worst intern.
Cheeseburger Cat. And it's going to be like a day in the life of Cheeseburger Cat. And the cat's gonna be asleep most of the time. I'm not gonna lie, like
a cheeseburger.
Like this comic. This is gonna be a graphic novel. It's gonna be like 88, like chapters, and each chapter is gonna be like a different kind of like story because the cat sleeps a lot. Like he's
Is it gonna be his dreams?
Well, no, because like he'll wake up and he's like, I'm gonna go to like get some water. And then
go back to sleep.
The adventures of all, and he mission accomplished and everything. Then he just pass out in the bowl, like eating food, and you wake up and like I wake several hours later, drowning in food like kibble and stuff. I gotta wash my face and just, like cats would.
I'm just letting him go on.
Yeah, and then the arch villain is like the red laser.
What the?
Yeah.
Let's get back to Marvel now.
Evil Razor and the Cheeseburger Cat's gotta save the day.
Oh my god.
He always eludes.
I'm not putting you in charge of anything comic-wise.
Comment below if you think that's a good idea, guys.
Anyways, back to the MCU. Yeah, DC done. Like, I think they're even starting to pull the plug on their own shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I was really looking forward to the next movie. I don't know which one it is.
Aquaman, I believe.
Aquaman would be pretty cool.
I'll check it out.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did watch Suicide Squad in theaters, and I watched Batman vs Superman in theaters. I even bought like the Blu-ray editions to see all the extra stuff.
Oh, I have seen all of these in theater.
Yeah, no, I went and bought them too, just because like people were like, oh, well,
you can buy Justice League. It's out now.
I didn't. I might hold off on that one, but
Actually, I would be more inclined to buy Justice League than BVS.
Well, I bought BVS, so
Yeah,
all right, that's my confession. All right, in front of everyone. I bought BVS when it came out.
I did rent it so I can see the Ultimate version.
I saw the Ultimate version.
And that does make a world of difference.
It makes it better.
It really does. Like you get more like Clark going over to Gotham and interviewing people and stuff like that. You're like, okay, all right, yeah. You're not just a plot device. You actually are filling those shoes of being a title character.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, Superman.
But honestly, it didn't hold up. I mean, I'm like, yeah. I've also never really been a big fan of DC anyway, so I'm not saying I'm biased towards
Batman is my one and only, really.
I just can't get behind any of them. I'm like, no, they're all godlike powered, and I can't relate to any of you guys. So Sorry, my favorite hero has always been, Peter
Street
Parker.
level guys.
Yeah, Peter Parker's always been my favorite one because he's over here like he's got to do work, he got a job, and he's got like school and grades.
Trying to keep up a relationship.
And he's got relationships and
with new girlfriend number 5.
And then family issues and on top of that he's got to save the fucking world and deliver pizza on time. Like, all right, man, he trying his damnedest. And
he succeeds most of the time.
Yeah.
He's only snapped a few times.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm like, yeah, that's a guy I can relate with because he's trying. He's just,
Okay,
he got a lot on his plate.
Let's dive a little into that because is it necessary for you to relate every time? Not you personally, but in general for people to be like, I watched that and I couldn't relate.
Yeah, no.
Like I'm not gonna diss John Wick because I can't relate. I can't do gung fu like that.
No, gung fu.
What? I'm getting tired of hearing people be like, I just couldn't relate. Why do you have to relate? Well, did you read the Hungry Little Caterpillar when you were a little kid? You're like, I feel like a disgusting worm too, and I'm hungry.
But I grew up to be a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. You don't have to like. Everybody does it, even in like an ensemble piece or even like Friends and stuff like that. They always pick out the one person. You're like, yeah, that's me. That's you. That kind of shit. Who's who in the group, Everybody does it. Where's it necessary?
Well,
why is that being a very... what I'm saying is it shouldn't have as much power as it does in film critics and stuff like that. They're like, I just couldn't relate. I'm not asking you your personal one-to-one kind of thing. Like, the quality of the film doesn't lie in your personal kind of rapport,
Mm-hmm.
Like, no connection was made, bad service, that means this game is shit. Now, that kind of thing. What? That's your personal internet that's fucking it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm not jumping on you.
No, I know.
That just reminded me of a rant that I've been wanting to say for a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, also, it's just one of those things where, like, I can relate better to this person. That's why I'm more invested into it. That's why I really like it.
Well, yeah, for long-running stuff, yeah.
Yeah, long-running stuff is like, things I grew up with, like, the Spider-Man cartoons. I always thought that was cool. And, growing up, I watched all the movies. Even now, till, the newest movie that's going to be coming out, or his little...
Spider-Verse?
Oh,
it looks so cool!
Or, man, even in this Avengers one right here, where, we just see
Infinity War, yeah.
Yeah, like, we just seeing him hop in. Like, yeah, that's my boy right there. I really enjoy Spider-Man because I always grew up, that was my favorite one.
Tom Holland, your favorite?
Actually, I just, Spider-Man in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, suit-wise, out of the movies, which one's your favorite?
Suit-wise?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit, curveball.
God. Suit-wise. Wait, not gonna lie, that one with, the Tom Holland was in the Homecoming, when he had that suit. That one, just all these different little, additions, accessories even, like...
His bling?
His bling? Like, man, this guy's got some major street cred going on with, like, all that, man. It was cool. Everything.
Homecoming is your favorite.
That suit right there? Yeah, it was great.
Well, I think it's definitely got a leg up on all the others because you get the actual eyes.
Yeah.
That help interpret it. Even though it's stupid that they came out the same damn year, but they're like, they stole that from Deadpool.
Oh.
No, they didn't. Or they didn't come out in the same year. It came out after Deadpool, I mean. Mm-hmm. And they're like, they just stole that from Deadpool. No, they did because it was Civil War. Duh. I am saying it right. Got all tripped up there for a second. Yeah, everybody's like, they're just doing the Deadpool thing. I was just like, they were being made at the exact same fucking time, right? Mm-hmm. It's just Marvel got a bigger plate. They got to deal with more special effects than Deadpool. So, and I'm glad they went a mechanical route instead of... Explain to me how Deadpool in his eyes...
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
That's kind of difficult.
I'm kind of waiting for a joke about that in the second.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
But, no, yeah, it's mechanical suit, does all these things, wing fixtures and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my favorite, thing is always just like, he runs out of webs, man. It puts him in a bind. Like, that's...
I like how he actually has a belt.
Yeah.
He can, quick reload.
Yes.
That's very comic accurate in a way, It's our generation that pisses me off. They're like, no, Tobey Maguire was the best.
Yeah.
It's like, only because you grew up with him.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up, I watched the shit out of those movies. And
I loved the shit out of those movies.
Yeah,
I own all of them and I love watching them.
But I'm just like, that was that one. Now it's this one. And then there's going to be the next one. I mean...
I actually learned more about Spider-Man after those movies. And then I had to have that moment of turning back around and be like, wait, why the fuck was the web coming out of your arms? What? What? Granted, it had the coolest scene of Spidey sense. Like, we didn't get a lot of Spidey sense from the Amazing Spider-Man films. Not too often.
Andrew Garfield, right?
Yeah, not too much moments. But the first trilogy, we got some pretty cool moments, and it gave us that very iconic sound effect, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like you knew immediately what was going on.
Even when he was like in the fight, in the hallways when he was in school.
Does that going all over the place? That was the first time.
Yeah, like he's like, oh god, there's a punch coming behind me. Just gets out of the way.
But that fly is about to get shot by that loogie.
Yeah.
That spitball. Poor fly. As I'm dodging this fist. But I mean, the movie's not out yet, but one huge thing that's being replayed over and over again for Infinity War is the hair standing up on his arm.
The arm hair?
And then he just like looks up at his arm and then looks away. People are like, that's not how Spidey sense work. And it's like, dude, when you're feeling creeped out, does your hair not stand on end? That's a human thing. Yeah. Not just a Spider-Man thing.
No, it really is. It's a human, it really does give it more human feel to it. Because it's like, man,
it's a good in-between.
The goosebumps kind of like, you're like, ooh, shivers. And you're like, but since it's his thing, he's like, I know what this is. Looks back.
This is how I take that clip, that moment. Is the hair standing on end is very human-y. Mm-hmm. That's started up by the Spidey sense. Spidey sense went, whoa, something's wrong. So his human body's like, oh, yeah, something's wrong. And then the Spidey sense takes over controlling it and it's like, it's coming from over there. 5 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So maybe it was also the strongest sense he ever had because just look at the way he reacts. I'm not going to shit all over the place. My headset. Anyways. Oh, it's just like, his reaction, he's like, whoa. What?
Yeah.
He's just riding the bus.
The school bus of all buses.
Now let's talk about. We learned a little more about that.
We watched a snippet
because in a trailer it shows. I think it was like the second trailer. It finally shows us, a moment right after that. He's hanging off the side of the bus, jumps off, and swings under the bridge and skimming the water. And everybody always had that like whoa kind of reaction to that trailer.
Oh, it was cool.
I watched a lot of reaction videos.
Oh, okay.
And I can follow shit very well, so I'm like, wait, why did he go to the opposite end, the other side of the bus? Huh? And so this BTS featurette actually gave us a moment and showed us a scene. It was like courtesy of Marvel. It showed that hair reaction. Oh crap! Turns, sees the ring, the space ring coming down, and of course he has the best wingman in the world.
Oh yeah,
Ned. Part of me, I don't know why, it just didn't process. They're like, oh yeah, Spider-Man's Infinity War. Didn't process in my head. It's like, oh, is Ned going to be there? Is MJ going to be there? Mm-hmm. Ned's there, obviously, because he's in the next seat above, or in front of him.
Yeah.
And he just does the like, yo,
what?
Cause a distraction.
We're all going to die!
That's exactly how it plays out. And he runs to the back of the bus, taking everybody with him.
Yeah, just come on.
Gives Parker the time to slap his new web shooter. Do you see that shit? It was like nanotech, like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
like everybody got upgrades, yo.
Yeah, it's like
shoots across
crazy
to the emergency exit, yanks that lever, the window goes down, and he does that like professional dive through.
Yes.
Grabs onto the other end, and we actually get to see that scene. But Ned being the coolest dude ever. We're all gonna die!
Oh god!
What else did we learn from this? A little bit of Star-Lord and Doctor Strange combo move kind of thing. Like, we saw him jumping off of platforms being made for him when they're fighting Thanos on Titan. But the sling ring moment was funny. He's like, boom! And dives into it.
Backwards. It's like he's scuba diving off a boat and just
that's how it looks.
It's so cool. Like, if that ring wasn't there, you would just like hit... You fall 3 feet and like smash
That'd be a
back.
funny prank.
That'd be like really like What the hell, dude?
So let's give him.
I landed on my keys. Something. Ooh. Oh god,
that's funny. So we're getting snippets more. I love seeing this combo stuff, and they're meeting up, and it makes me even more excited for the interaction because these are characters that we've come to know and love, and we already know how their personality is. Like we can easily turn to each other. It's like, man, you're like a Star-Lord asshole kind of thing. Not like a real asshole, but you Star-Lord asshole. You know, that kind of thing. We can already kind of do that. And like I was saying, like, groups of friends like to do that pointing out kind of thing.
Yeah, man, that's you, man. That's you. I'm that guy. He's cool.
Yeah.
I'm the strongest Avenger.
Ragnarok. Playing it great.
Yeah.
Another beautiful moment. And I hope it stays in the film.
Oh,
because it shows us everybody laughing at the end of the take. They found everybody on the... I don't even know if it's called the Milano anymore.
I don't think so.
But the Guardians find Thor, bring him in, and Star-Lord's like, how's this dude even still alive? Then Drax, he's like, this is not a dude. This is a man. You're a very muscular man. You're a dude. But this is a man. And Star-Lord's like, I'm muscular. And then everybody cracks up behind the camera and pisses me off because if I was sitting there like one of the Russo brothers, I would have turned around to everybody and was like, shut the fuck up. Don't you dare laugh. Let this play out. Because James Gunn did that a lot, actually. They improvised a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy. Mm-hmm. He let them do whatever. They came up with a lot of shit. And that's what Taika Waititi did. He's like, you know what? That worked for Guardians. Let's do it for Thor Ragnarok. And that's some of the greatest shit. Like, the whole, like, Bruce going up to Loki when he's tied up. And he's just like, killed anyone today? He's like, what crap, how was his response? This is like, the day is still young. And the face that he made, Mark Ruffalo, he's like, oh. So great. And then followed up with the other improvised stuff. He's like, when we were younger, he turned himself into a snake. And he knows how much I love snakes. And so I picked it up to admire it. Then he turns back and stabs me. He goes, ha! Ah. That was all improvised. That was made up on the fly. So, you know, Taika Waititi is turned around. Like, he's not even facing the damn scene. Yeah. Looking at his crew, he's like, shut the fuck up. Don't you dare. And I've known that I would be this way for a long time before even Marvel movies. You know how? Mm-hmm. The first film set I was on, Strange Curse of Love. Someone threw an improvised thing. It was a guy who gets scared. Or no, there's two guys, and they're having like a very serious conversation in this guy's office in his house. And then you hear a plate break and a scream. And so both guys rush out to the kitchen like, what's wrong? And she's like, I saw a spider. And that's why she dropped the plate. And it's his girlfriend, so they have this little spat, you know, a little bit of banter in the dialogue. Mm-hmm. I was in charge of lights that day. Like, I was doing a lot of different stuff. One day I was camera assisting with the jib. The other day I was the guy that when they come into the room and hit the light switch, it's not the real lights. It was our light setup that you can't see. So I had to, like, time it just right and then kind of shit. One of the takes, the guy's like, well, there's a fly. You gonna throw a fucking pan at it? Would have been a great fucking take, except for all single one of us in that house broke out laughing. So that moment on, I knew how I was going to be when I'm going to direct. I'm going to be like, shut the fuck up.
Everybody, stay quiet.
It says quiet on set. It means stay quiet.
Rule number 1, you stay quiet. Rule number 2, you stay quiet.
I'm going to have a rule board. Man, people are not going to like me then.
Rule number 3, you do not like the rules.
So I'm glad for the improvisation. I'm tired of people bitching about the humor in Marvel movies. No, it works great, and it will make me watch it again. Mm-hmm. Hell, you talk about it because you want to retell that damn funny joke.
Yeah.
Like I just did.
Every time.
It was so great. There's a fly over there. You gonna throw a fucking pan at it? Great times. That movie didn't even come out.
Oh.
That part upsets me. You know, I spent a good amount of time trying to find Strange Curse of Love by Malik Hannon, and sure shit, it's not there. But I did get my credit for it. Oh. I did contact Malik, and I was like, yo, you got everybody else on IMDb, but not me. What the shit? And he's like, oh, my bad. And he filled it out, and he got me on there, and I was like, damn right.
Nice.
Damn right. I'm on IMDb, people. So does he. Mm-hmm. He gets director credit before me.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Direction. Passengers ready, guys. It's on YouTube. Ready. Check it out.
2015?
It's only like a 3-minute. Yeah. It was a long time ago. It was a 3-minute short.
Fuck. We haven't done shit since then.
Not at all.
Actually, we do have some fun stuff in the pipeline. We say that a lot.
You say it a lot.
I say it especially a lot. But actually, the podcast today was secondary to what we have planned.
Yes.
So, with that being said, let's do some more final thoughts about Avengers and the Infinity War, and then we'll wrap up.
All right.
This is... I'm going to title this. I already know. The title of this damn podcast is Avengers Banter. Because we've been all over the goddamn place.
All over the place.
There was no structure. And part of it, I'm kind of glad there wasn't structure, like going, film by film by film and all that kind of shit.
No.
Because I want to do that with Joe. Because he's like the number 2 philosopher in our group.
Yeah.
He's hardcore, loves the MCU. Just as much as me. Almost as much as me. I love it more.
Comparison.
I have the mic. I say what I want. So, what's your favorite MCU film? I think you said Avengers is one of them. I think that's how you put it, but is that the one?
Honestly, I love all the other ones. Some more than others, but I don't know. I think I am going to say Avengers is probably my favorite one.
Your number one, huh?
Yeah, I just, that was the moment where I saw, the whole...
It's that spinning shot, ain't it?
No, it wasn't the spinning shot. In fact, I think that was my least favorite shot. I was just...
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because, it shows everyone being all cool and stuff, and you just see, Widow with, just... Reloading a pistol. I'm like, come on,
What else is she gonna do? Crack her knuckles?
Fix her hair or something. Come on, and just get...
Flips it all girly? No, come on.
No, I'm just joking. I loved all of them there, but, no, I think, honestly, the big reason is just because... that was the first time everyone just combined, and it worked, and it was the stepping stone for hey, this is gonna be the next great thing. And
it is, and studios upon studios are trying to do the same fucking thing.
Battle throughout all of New York was pretty.
No, they contained it.
They contained it, yes.
Yes.
And I liked it, man. I was just like, yes, those are the heroes we need, protecting us.
What's even better is they did do the collateral damage paradox kind of thing. And they did. In Civil War. They did wrap around yeah, you've been saving the day, but have you thought of the people below you? Kind of thing. And I'm so glad in Civil War when Ross was replaying these giant scenarios that's happened, it wasn't direct footage from the film itself. That drives me crazy. No, they had original different angles of street level people suffering the consequences of this conflict. Oh, Russo!
Yeah, Russo! No, it really does help. And you're because you recognize those parts, and you're like, oh, I like that part. That's when Hulk jumps up. Wait a minute, that's not really the same thing I remember.
It's not the same shot. That's not from Avengers.
That's the perspective of someone with an iPhone over here just hiding.
Which is so true of nowadays. Yeah. If anything is going down, phones come out.
Yeah, I know, right? Selfie with the Snapchat and the big old monsters behind me. Yeah, no, that's exactly what's
I would totally do that.
Oh man, I'd be
not Snapchat though, because that's temporary.
Running the other way around.
Can you imagine Hulk accidentally gets the dog face filter from Snapchat?
Gosh.
He's just what are you doing? Dog face on Hulk. That should be funny.
He would kill someone.
What if that made him laugh and he unhulked? Shit.
Unhulk.
I'm always angry, but that made me happy. Fuck! Make me angry again. I only got cat videos, bro. I'm ditching you, dude.
Yeah, right.
I would have to say, it's so hard to pick. Yeah. Because there's a lot of good contenders.
Well,
Avengers?
I'll start real quick, because I was going to say, on top of what you were saying, the whole damage collateral stuff, in Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming, there was the workers at the beginning, that's what they were doing. They were cleanup.
Yeah, another angle of something that people don't think about in these superhero movies.
It was a whole division or department, I think.
No, it was a contractor job.
And
then the damage control guys showed up and took over.
Yeah, and they're like, dude, we're losing our jobs, man. This is... Granted, our money is being made by like destruction, but still like this puts food on the table, and they're like, nah, this is not taken over by like Stark or whatever. Some
Stark
shield
helped founded it.
Yeah, and
it was a department in the U.S. government.
Yeah, and you think about it, you're like, all right, that's cool, man. The Avengers fucked up. They had to clean up their own mess. Gotcha. But it brought the human layer of like normal people, and they're like, man, but this is their job. Now we're out of work, and it's foundation for like the better stuff. Like I said, like that's why I really like the Avengers movie.
It's
up there.
The extra layers. Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with that because you get to see a lot of other stuff that DC will not touch on.
Nah.
Not one. They're just there for the spectacle.
They want you to accept it, but I'm like, I can accept it, no problem. But this
But this
layers.
And I think that helps
makes
come
a
back
true
around.
fan just really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think that definitely supports the whole wraparound of everybody's like Vulture is like his motivations actually made sense.
Yeah, that's why people were like, I can relate to that.
Last year's movies and this year's movie, all the villains made sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it gets a little gray with Ego. He just like, if honestly sit down and think about it. Who wants to conquer the universe? That's pretty out there, and you just think that's very generic and just But think about it. He was by himself for eons. And then he met life. He didn't understand life. So he tried to understand life. And it still wasn't... Us nowadays, we're all still wondering, what's the meaning of life kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think it is at a celestial level? When he's obviously stronger, obviously smarter, obviously older.
Yeah.
So he looks at the younger stuff, and then he sees them fighting each other and doing stuff that on his level just doesn't make sense. It's all pointless.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I have an idea. And I'm going to try and execute this idea. It made sense.
Yeah.
Wrap around to the next film that came out, Homecoming. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm doing this for my family.
Yeah.
I'm putting food on the table. How human can you get?
Very. It's like just drastic changes. Going out of celestial, godlike entity to like the everyday man who's just like had enough and said, fuck it, I'm gonna have to do this now. And even in the beginning, they're like...
World's changing.
Yeah.
About time we change too, boys. That kind of thing.
That exactly, word by word. That's what he did, And he was just like, well, how do you think they get away with it? We're not doing anything different than they are.
They even addressed it because there was a great amount of time that they were in operation.
Yeah.
It was even put in dialogue when he was bitching at the dude, the first Shocker. He's like, we've been staying under the radar, all right? We've been playing it safe. We don't need the Avengers rolling up down here. We don't need the FBI down here. We've been able to do this because we are doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm glad when dialogue wraps around and you're like, oh, thank you. Oh, just that one little thing helps.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next villain after that. Hela. You kind of go back up to that celestial level.
Yeah.
Kind of made sense because it did peel back a nasty layer of Odin.
Yeah.
She's like, I grew up. That's what we did.
Yeah.
And then he just suddenly gets a conscious.
And then locks her away.
I
bet she's hella angry. All right.
Oh
shit. Yeah.
And Grandmaster is kind of a secondary antagonist.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well,
but you understand, though, if we have different gods in a pantheon that have very extreme personalities one way or another, and a lot of these pantheons have the partier. Mm-hmm. That's how I picture the Grandmaster. He's like, he's the outcast one. He's like, fuck you guys, I'm just going to drink and party. Like the Baron of Voodoo.
Oh, gosh.
Like that,
Yeah.
So that's how I picture him. But Hela, okay. And her combat was badass. Her reasoning as she was unraveling it, which the plot device for that was Scourge. Mm-hmm. Who is she talking to? She's not just going to talk to herself. And then, like, the mural, behind the mural and stuff like that. It's stuff that logically you're like, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why don't you just destroy that and lay it... cover it up? But then it's also a symbolic thing. It's just like you're covering up by physically covering it up.
Yeah.
And burying everything and all that. Odin, hell, maybe that was part of the foundation. You couldn't destroy that without destroying the ceiling.
Who knows? Well, actually, it cost a lot of money to... you know what? We'll just layer it up.
just paper mache something else over it that looks pretty.
That's why people do wallpaper instead of tearing down a whole wall, right? I guess.
Logic. Shut up, haters.
But it makes sense, and it was amazing. It was.
And then followed up with what is probably taking the title now of the best villain, Killmonger.
Mm-hmm. Another guy, street level, homie.
The true African American Black Panther.
African American Panther.
Yeah, I fucked up your own thing.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah.
It's a huge reflection of modern day.
Yeah, definitely.
Holy shit.
It was like most people were just like, you know what? He wasn't even a real bad guy. He was just misguided. He was abandoned.
I think that's the best villains. Misguided,
which, I mean, it's true. Even in the...
Misunderstood, too.
Like, that's the whole point of, the movie. They were like, how did we abandon one of our own? Yeah, that's the best way to put it. You abandoned him. Yeah. You left him behind. Yeah.
Well, his dad did.
Yeah. But...
It had a great moment of... I've heard this a lot from a lot of people, critics, fans, everybody, going, there's a moment where you're not sure if you're rooting for Killmonger or not. You're just like, whoa, what?
Honestly, half the time, the way I've been explaining it to people, I was like, I love me these, comic book superhero movies, but this one, honestly, like, half the time I forgot I was watching a superhero movie.
I think that about Winter Soldier.
And Winter Soldier, I was just like, there's those iconic heroes that we recognize, but I mean, at the same time, I'm just like, it didn't feel like a comic book hero movie. Like, this is one of those, like, wow.
What did it feel like, then, Black Panther, to you?
Honestly, it just felt like another action-packed movie that actually made perfect sense and was...
So it's like it took a Mission Impossible but made it a very believable plot?
Very much indeed.
But, whoa, what? Never mind. It's Marvel. It's Black Panther. And the power of the Black Panther will now be taken from you.
Yeah.
I can't even impersonate Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker did a really good job.
I like the cast. It's a brilliant cast, and I'm so glad that Michael B. Jordan got to redeem himself in comic book eyes.
Yes.
I don't think there's a single actor that when they finally did another role in a comic book movie, I don't think anybody did another shit job.
Oh no.
Of it. Everybody I know, like think about it, Ryan Reynolds went from Green Lantern to Deadpool. Boom. Fucking genius. Yeah, Ben Affleck went from Daredevil to Batman. Everybody loves him as Batman.
Yeah. He's a really good Bruce Wayne. I really do.
He's good in all of it. Yeah. Then you got Chris Evans went from Human Torch to Captain America, and now you're like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
No, that's Cap.
Yeah. No.
Now he's Nomad with a beard. It's fucking bomb. And then even, what was it, Stevenson? I can't remember. He was the Punisher in the second one, Warzone.
Oh.
And he's actually one of the friends of Thor, the big bearded one who likes to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name.
Ray Stevenson?
Yeah, I can't remember the name. Something like that? Yeah, definitely. I know what you're saying.
Granted, he deserved a better death. He just, you're dead. Like, you brought Levi Pugh back into the role just for, like, a few seconds, and then he died again. It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
At least they didn't kill Lady Sif, so she can always come back.
Yeah.
I don't know if Valkyrie is dead.
In the
she hasn't been in any of the trailers for Infinity War.
No, I mean, for all we know, maybe she went her separate way. I don't know. That seemed like her MO. Hey,
no, she's at the end. In the arc.
In the arc, but like, who knows? Maybe she's like, they stopped at a gas station to fill up, and she's like, "Deuces, guys."
Nah.
Well, I mean, what she
wants
did
some of that Thor.
She did a terrible job at protecting the entire place. I'm just saying, the foundation is still good, right? Never mind.
They all failed. And yet succeeded because part of their plan became, I guess we'll have to let Surtur destroy it.
Just take it.
Surtur, even him as a villain made sense because every prophecy has got that extremist dude, and he's just like, that's all I want to do, man.
That's my only goal in life.
You're not questioning some dude who grew up on the street and all of a sudden he wants to destroy Asgard. No, he's just like, no, that's all I live for, bro.
So, just like a giant entity, just huge fire and That's all he wants.
That's where mythology stuff gets off, or gets an easy break. It's because it's like, oh, well, that's what he was meant for.
Foretold by the prophecy. Huh?
Foretold.
Yes.
You know, when this was created, its opposite was created just so it can butt heads later.
You were the chosen one, Anakin.
Exactly. Or Rey.
Mm-hmm. Or Rey.
So villains are looking better. However, we might lose one of a fan favorite, Loki. I think he's gonna die. I honestly think Loki's gonna be
Well, we've thought of that many times, but
No, as in like Thanos is like, oh, thank you, oh, cool, you failed me once, you're not gonna fail me again.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Who would be king? I am a king. I love that part.
Avengers.
I know. It just reminded me.
I don't threat.
Does Mother know you wear their drapes?
Another improvised one. Marvel, you're so fucking genius. You're so beautiful. I love you so much. I want to get a tattoo that says, Marvel for life, but the day I went in for that tattoo, I was wearing a Batman shirt.
But don't look at this, man. Just don't worry about it.
It was laundry day.
Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah.
Batman's my one and only, really.
Oh, yeah. I'm wearing a Deadpool shirt. Look at that.
Hey, you were talking about Spider-Man as your favorite.
I know, right?
Spider-Man knockoff.
Whatever, bro. Man, they good. I like when they team up.
Spider-Man's eyes in. Snake Eyes' weapons. You got Wolverine's
and
powers. Man, your comic sloppy seconds.
Unicorn, man. Come on. Who doesn't like a unicorn while eating tacos and burritos at the bottom? Yeah.
Chimichanga.
Chimichanga for life. Maximum effort.
What's that?
What is
I just pinched his booby. Anyways, I guess that's it. We hit the hour mark.
All right.
I'm surprised we did it.
I'm surprised too.
Because every podcast we'll dig through the news and all that. We're like, there's nothing really big that we could use as a launching pad to talk about. And then we just kind of came across that BTS stuff about Infinity War, and the hype train is in full force.
All aboard!
So fuck it. All right, let's talk about Infinity War and Marvel, and it's just complete banter. But you love it. If you are listening still, he's still doing the train sound.
Oh yeah, hype train.
Anyway, that was fucking funny. If you're still listening now, thank you. It's just us being us. And that's all you can ask for when you're tuning in to a Nerd Underground podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, we'll have Joe or Moose or Paul back again one day.
Yeah.
Here's hoping, yo.
I know, right? So excited.
We'll have to put the pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yo, I'll buy you Taco Bell. Boom, we got Joe.
Oh, boy.
So with that being said, yeah, you can definitely check us out on all the other social medias. We got Facebook, facebook.com/Nerd Underground. And then we're on Twitters, which is nu.tv. Not literally a dot, it's D-O-T.
N-U-D-O-T? TV?
Boom. That's us on Twitter, so all the announcements for videos come out on there. We're on Instagram too, bro.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, Nerd Underground TV. You can find us on there. We're on most of them.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll eventually get a subreddit on Reddit, and maybe a Snapchat. Who knows? Fuck it. I don't do Snapchat for myself, so who's going to be in charge of that? I don't know.
We'll find out.
But definitely follow the Facebook one because that's our most active one because there are people who are dedicated to just memes. Yes. Fantastic ones. Go on there. You share them.
Meme.
Share them with your friends if you're nerdy. And we're on Podbean, mainly, fixing so we can be on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been talking about Stitcher maybe one day.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other fun podcast platforms. So if you're listening to this audio, thank you. If you're watching this video, you're in the right place because we're mainly on YouTube.
Thank you.
Underground TV, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow me personally, David Faria, on all the other social medias and all that. As my name is spelt in the description below. And this guy's not on anything.
We're good for now.
He's here.
We here all the time.
If you want to see him, you come here.
Here, watch me go break bread or something. Come on.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
So, definitely appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. And have a good day, night, whatever you are doing.
Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one. Damn, I should have just said that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Adios.